हेलो एवरीवन। आज हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास 10th इकोनॉमिक्स का चैप्टर नंबर 3 मनी एंड क्रेडिट। इस वीडियो में हम क्वेश्चन आंसर्स को पढ़ेंगे। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं वीडियो को। वेरी शॉर्ट आंसर्स। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, व्हाई आर ट्रांजैक्शंस मेड इन मनी? आंसर, ट्रांजैक्शंस आर मेड इन मनी बिकॉज अ पर्सन होल्डिंग मनी कैन easily exchange it for any commodity or service that he or she might want. Next question, what is the basic feature of double coincidence of wants? In which system is it practiced? Answer, basic features is that both parties agree to sell and buy each other's commodities, and it is practiced in barter system. Next question, which are modern forms of money? State any one. Answer, modern form of money include currency, paper notes and coins. Next question, why is currency accepted as a medium of exchange? Answer, because it is authorized by the government of a country like Indian government. Next question, which authority issues currency notes in India? Answer, in India, Reserve Bank of India issues currency notes on behalf of the central government. Next question, why do people deposit money with the banks? Answer, people deposit surplus money with the banks because in this way their money is safe and it earns an interest too. Next question, why are deposits with the banks called demand deposits? Answer, deposits with the banks are called demand deposits because they can be withdrawn on demand. Next question, what is a check? Answer, a check is a paper instructing the bank to pay a specific amount from the person's account to the person in whose name the check has been made. Next question, how do the demand deposit share the essential features of money? Answer, the facility of checks against demand deposits make it possible to directly settle payments without the use of cash. Since demand deposits are accepted widely as a means of payment, along with currency, they constitute money in the modern economy. Next question, why no person can refuse to accept payments in rupee? Answer, no one can refuse to accept payment in rupee because it is a legal currency authorized by the government. Next question, how much amount of the deposits is kept as cash by the banks and why? Answer, banks hold about 15% of their deposits as cash to pay the depositors who might come to withdraw money from the bank on any given day. Next question, how do banks use the major portion of the deposits? Answer, banks use the major portion, 55% of the deposits, to extend loans to people for various economic activities. Next question, which is the main source of income of the banks? Answer, the difference between what is charged from the borrowers and what is paid to depositors is the main source of income of the banks. Next question, what is credit? Answer, credit loan refers to an agreement in which the lender supplies the borrowers with money, goods or services in return for the promise of future payment. Next question, in rural areas, which is the main demand for credit? Answer, in rural areas, the main demand for credit is crop production and purchase of pesticides and fertilizers. Next question, what is debt trap? Answer, when a borrower, particularly in rural area, fails to repay the loan due to the failure of the crop, he is unable to repay the loan and is left worse off. This situation is commonly called debt trap Credit in this case pushes the borrower into a situation from which recovery is very painful. Next question. What is a collateral? Answer. Collateral is an asset that the borrower owns, such as land, building, vehicle, livestock, deposits with bank, and uses this as a guarantee to a lender until the loan is repaid. Next question. What are terms of credit? Answer. Interest rate, collateral, and documentation required and the mode of repayment together comprise the terms of credit. Next question. Which are the major sources of cheap credit in rural areas? Answer. Banks and the cooperative societies. Next question. Who are the informal lenders? Answer. Money lenders, traders, employers, relative and friends are the informal lenders. Next question. Which authority does supervise the functioning of formal sources of loan and how? Answer. Reserve Bank of India, the RBI, monitors that the banks actually maintain the cash balance. It also sees that the banks give loans to all rich as well as poor. Next question. State any one difference between the formal lenders and the informal lenders. Answer. Most of the informal lenders charge a much higher interest on loans. Next question. What is SHG? Answer. Self-help group. Next question. Who takes the important decisions in SHG regarding the saving and loan activities? Answer. Most of the important decisions regarding the saving and loan activities are taken by the group members. Next question. State any one advantage of self-help group. Answer. The regular meetings of the group provide a platform to discuss and act on a variety of social issues as health, nutrition, domestic violence, etc. Next question. Which Nobel Prize was awarded to Professor Muhammad Yunus and when? Answer. In 2006, Professor Muhammad Yunus of Bangladesh was given Nobel Prize for Peace. Next question. Which bank was founded by Professor Muhammad Yunus and why? Answer. Grameen Bank of Bangladesh was started by Professor Muhammad Yunus to meet the credit needs of the poor at reasonable rates. Next question. How do the deposits with the bank become their source of income? Answer. Banks use a major portion of deposits to extend loans. They charge a higher rate of interest on loans than what they offer on deposits. The difference between what is charged from borrowers and what is paid to the depositors is the main source of income for the banks. Next question. Why can one not refuse a payment made in rupees in India? Answer. One cannot refuse a payment made in rupees in India because it is authorized by the government of India. It is accepted as a medium of exchange all over the country. Next question. Compare formal sector loans with informal sector loans regarding interest only. Answer. In formal sector, the rate of interest is low. It is fixed by the Reserve Bank of India, who supervise the functioning of formal sources of loan. In informal sector, the rate of interest is very high as there is no organization to supervise the functioning of informal sources of loan. Next question. Why is the supervision of the functioning of formal sources of loans necessary? Answer. It is necessary to supervise the functioning of formal sources of loans because The banks have to maintain a minimum cash balance out of the deposits they receive. They should also provide loans to small cultivators, small scale industries, etc. Next question: prove with an argument that there is a great need to expand formal source of credit in rural area India. Answer: there is a great need to expand the formal sources of credit in rural India because there is no organization to supervise credit activities of the informal sector. It could lead to increasing debt among the borrowers. The rate of interest is very high in informal sector. Next question: why are most of the poor household deprived from the formal sector of loans? Answer: most of the poor households are deprived from the formal sector of loans because they do not have the collateral to keep with the banks. Next question: how does money eliminate the need for double coincidence of wants? Answer: money solves the problem of double coincidence of wants by acting as a medium of exchange. Short answers. Question number 1: what is meaning of barter system? Why is double coincidence of wants is an essential feature of a barter system? Answer: a system in which goods are directly exchanged without the use of money is called barter system. Double coincidence of wants mean when both the parties, seller and purchaser, agree to sell and buy each other's commodities. It implies that what a person desires to sell is exactly what the other wishes to buy. No money is used in such an agreement. Therefore, it is an essential feature of barter system. Question: why is modern currency accepted as a medium of exchange without any use of its own? Find out the reason. Answer: modern currency is accepted as a medium of exchange without any use of its own due to reasons as mentioned below. In India, the Reserve Bank of India issues currency notes on behalf of the central government. As per Indian law, no other individual or organization is allowed to issue currency. The law legalizes the use of rupee as a medium of payment that cannot be refused in settling transaction in India. No individual in India can legally refuse a payment made in rupees. Hence, the rupee is widely accepted as a medium of exchange. Next question: what is a collateral? What happens if a borrower fails to repay the loan? Give some examples of collateral. Answer: collateral is an asset that the borrower owns and uses this as a guarantee to a lender until the loan is repaid. If the borrower fails to repay the loan, the lender has the right to sell the asset or collateral to obtain payment. Property such as land titles, deposits with banks, livestock are some common examples of collateral used for borrowing. Next question: how is money transferred from one bank to another bank account? Or describe how check payments are made and realized. Answer: if a person has to make a payment, he issues a check for a specific amount in his name, such as Rohan. The Rohan will deposit the check in their own account in the bank. Thereafter, the money is transferred from one bank to another bank account in a couple of days. Thus, transaction takes place without any payment of cash from one bank account to another bank account. Next question: how can money be easily exchanged for goods or services? Give an example to explain. Answer: transactions are made in money because a person holding money can easily exchange it for any commodity or a service. It solves the problem of double coincidence of wants by acting as a medium of exchange. For example, a shoe manufacturer wants to sell shoes in the market and wants to buy rice under barter system. Both parties selling shoes and rice have to agree to buy and sell each other's commodities, and this creates a problem which is referred to as double coincidence of wants. This problem is overcome by the introduction of money. Now, the shoe manufacturer will sell the shoes for money, and with that money, he can buy rice. Next question. The credit activities of the informal sector should be discouraged. Support the statement with arguments. Answer. The credit activities of the informal sector should be discouraged because there is no organization to supervise the credit activities of the lenders in informal sector. The informal sector lends at a very high rate of interest and use unfair means to get the money back. Higher cost of borrowing means a large part of the earning of the borrowers is used to repay the loan. Hence, the borrowers have less income left for themselves. Sometimes, due to higher rate of interest, the amount to be repaid becomes higher than the income of the borrower. Due to that, there is always a risk for borrowers to fall in debt trap. Next question. Cheap and affordable credit is crucial for the country's development. Assess the statement. Answer. Cheap and affordable credit is crucial for a country's development because more lending would lead to higher incomes and encourage people to invest in agriculture, engage in business, and set up small industries. Cheap credit will enable more investment. This leads to acceleration of economic activity. Cheap credit would also allow weaker sections of society to access formal sector of lending and get rid of from informal moneylenders. Affordable credit would also end the cycle of debt trap. Cheap and easy terms of credit would inspire better investment in technology and thus increase competition. Next question. Deposits with the banks are beneficial to the depositors as well as to the nation. Examine the statement. Answer. Deposits with the banks are beneficial to the depositors as well as to the nation in various ways. Some of them are: they provide safe and secure deposits to a person's money. They provide excellent saving and investment option and also help in the growth of the nation. They provide interest on the deposited money to the depositors. Money can be easily withdrawn from the banks as and when required by the depositors. They provide easy loans on normal rates that make it possible for the common man to build their own assets. Next question. Credit has its own unique role for development. Justify the statement with arguments. Answer. Credit has a unique role in the economic development of the country. It is needed by all the three sectors of the economy. In urban sector, big businessmen and small manufacturers need loans either to expand their enterprises, bring new technology, or diversifying their businesses. In rural sector, the main demand for credit is for crop production. Crop production involves cost of seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, water, electricity, repair of equipments. Cheap credit would thus lead to increase in production. Even tertiary sector needs loans to buy the latest equipments and technology. Thus, we can say that credit has a unique role in the development of our country. Next question. How is money transferred from one bank account to another bank account? Explain with an example. Answer. For payment through check, the payer who has an account in the bank draws out a check for a specific amount. The check is a statement asking the bank to pay a specific amount from the person's account to the person in whose name the check has been issued. For example, Aman has to pay a specific amount of money to Shruti, say 60,000. Aman will write a check in the name of Shruti. It means Aman instruct his bank to pay the money to Shruti. Shruti will deposit the check in her bank. After 2 or 3 days, the money will be transferred from Aman's account to Shruti's account. Next question. Poor households still depends on informal sources of credit. Support the statement with examples. Answer. Poor households still depend on informal sources of credit because bank loans require proper documentation and collateral, which is rarely available with poor households. Informal sources of credit, such as moneylenders, know the borrowers personally and are often willing to give a loan without a collateral. Sometimes, if the borrowers are unable to return the loan, they can get additional loans from moneylenders. Next question. Why is it necessary for the banks and cooperative societies to increase their lending facilities in rural areas? Explain. Answer. Banks and cooperatives should extend their lending activities in rural areas because rural poor and farmers have to borrow money from moneylenders at a very high rate of interest. Therefore, the cost of the borrowing is very high. A large part of the earnings of borrower is used to repay the loans, hence they have less income. Sometimes a higher rate of lending means that the amount to be repaid is more than the earning of the borrower. To save the people from the clutches and exploitation by the moneylenders, it is necessary for the banks and cooperatives to extend their lending activities. It would lend to higher incomes and improve the condition of the rural poor. People can also start a business or set up a small scale industry. Next question. Why is modern currency accepted as a medium of exchange without any use of its own? Find out the reason. Answer. Modern money has been accepted as a medium of exchange because it is authorized by the government of India. It is issued by the Apex Bank on behalf of the government. No other individual is allowed to issue currency. The law of the country legalized its use as a medium of payment and settling transactions. No one in a country can refuse payment made in the currency of the country. Next question. How does money solve the problem of double coincidence of want? Explain with an example. Answer. In barter system where goods are directly exchanged without the use of money, double coincidence of wants, like a person desires to sell exactly what the other person wishes to buy, is an essential feature, but it indeed is a very cumbersome process. By serving as a medium of exchange, money removes the situation of double coincidence of wants and the difficulties associated with the barter system. For example, it is no longer necessary for a shoe manufacturer to look for a farmer who will buy his shoes and at the same time sell him wheat. He has to do it is to find a buyer for his shoes who will exchange his money for shoes. Now he can purchase wheat or any other good in the market with the help of the money earned. Thus, the problem of double coincidence of wants gets solved with the use of money. Long answers. Question number 1. Deposits in the banks are beneficial to the depositors as well as the nation. Examine the statement. Answer. Deposits are beneficial to the depositors as mentioned below. Banks accept the deposit and pay as interest rate on the deposits. Money is safe with the bank. People, depositors may withdraw the money as and when they require. Depositors may make payment through checks instead of cash. Deposits are beneficial for the banks too, as mentioned below. Banks keep only a small proportion of deposits. Nowadays, banks keep about 15% as cash in order to pay the depositors who might come to withdraw money from the bank on any given day. Banks use the major portion of the deposits to extend loans. There is huge demand for loans for various economic activities. Banks make use of the deposits to meet the loan requirement of the people. Businessmen and other entrepreneurs take loans from the banks and open factories. They help in the advancement of the economy. Thus, the deposits are beneficial to the nation. Next question. Explain the three terms of credit. Answer. The terms of credit are as mentioned below: interest rate, collateral and documentation requirement, mode of repayment. The terms of credit vary substantially from one credit arrangement to another. Interest rate in the formal sector like banks and cooperatives is about 9 to 10%, but in informal sector the moneylender and grain merchants etc. charge much higher interest. Thus, the cost to the borrower of the informal loans is much higher. Moneylenders take collateral such as land as the interest rate is higher, and if the borrower is unable to repay for any reason, they try to exploit the borrower by taking control of the collateral like land etc. Banks insist on documentation requirement and collateral before granting loans. That's why it becomes difficult for the poor to get loans from the banks. Next question. Describe two different credit situations where credit plays a positive role and a negative role. Or describe the positive role of credit with examples. Answer. Two different credit situations where credit plays a positive and a negative role are as given below. Credit and a positive role. A trader obtains credit to meet the working capital needs of production. The credit helps him to meet the ongoing expenses of production, complete production on time, and thereby increase his earning. Thus, he is able to repay the loan that he had borrowed in time. In such a situation, credit plays a positive role and the borrower is able to improve his condition. Credit and a negative role. A farmer takes a loan to meet the expenses of cultivation, hoping that there would be good harvest and he would repay the loan. The harvest, however, fails and the farmer is unable to repay the loan. Next year, again he takes loan, but the crop is not good and loan repayment cannot be made. The borrower has no option but to sell a part of his land to pay off the loan. Loan credit, instead of helping the farmer improve his condition, left him worse off. He falls into debt trap. Credit in this case pushes the borrower into a situation from which recovery is very painful. Thus, in one situation, credit helps to increase earning and the person is better off than before. In the second situation, credit pushes the person into a debt trap and he has to sell a part of his land. Next question. Why should credit at reasonable rates from the banks and cooperatives be available for all? Answer. Credit at reasonable interest rates should be available for all so that they may increase their income and help in the overall development of the country. High interest rate do little to increase the income of the borrowers. It is necessary that the banks and cooperatives increase their lending, particularly in rural areas, so that the dependence of the people on informal sources of credit reduces. In addition to this, more credit should be given to the poor to get maximum benefit from the cheaper loans. This will help in increasing their income as well as standard of living. Next question. Describe the pattern of formal and informal sources of credit in urban areas. Why do we need to expand formal sources of credit? Answer. The people in the urban areas are divided into four categories: poor household, household with few assets, well-off households, rich households. 85% of the poor households take loans from informal sources, whereas only 10% of the rich households take loan from informal sources. 90% of the rich household take loans from the formal sources. In urban areas, poor households suffer at the hands of informal sources. The same in the position in rural areas. Most of the informal lenders charge a much higher interest on loans. As a result of it, larger part of the earning of the borrowers is used to repay the loan. In some cases, the amount to be repaid becomes greater than the income of the borrower. This leads to debt trap. These reasons make it necessary to expand the formal sources of credit like banks and cooperatives, which will make available cheap and affordable credit to the people. Next question. What are self-help groups? Describe in brief their functioning, including their aim and importance. Answer. A typical self-help group has 15 to 20 members, usually belonging to one neighborhood, who meet and save regularly. The functioning of SHGs is as given below. Aim. The aim of self-help group is to organize rural poor women in particular and collect their saving and to take loans from the group to meet their needs. The groups take loans from the bank to create self-employment opportunities for the members. Working of the SHG. Decisions on loans and savings are taken by the group member. All matters relating to the purpose, amount, interest rate, repayment schedule are decided by the group members. The group is responsible for the repayment of the loan. Non-repayment of loan by any member is followed up seriously by other members of the group. Importance. SHGs have helped borrowers overcome the problem of lack of collateral because the banks are willing to lend to the poor women organized in SHGs, even though they have no collateral as such. The borrowers can get timely loans at a reasonable interest rate. It has helped women in the rural areas to become financially self-reliant. The meetings of the groups provide a platform to discuss and act on a variety of social issues such as health, nutrition, and domestic violence. Thus, SHG are playing a significant role in the improvement of the condition of the poor, particularly women. Next question. Discuss the role played by Grameen Bank of Bangladesh in improvement of the condition of the poor women. Answer. Grameen Bank of Bangladesh was started in the 1970s. It has now over 6 million borrowers in about 40,000 villages. Almost all the borrowers are women and belong to poorest sections of the society. These borrowers have proved that not only are poor women reliable borrowers, but they can start and run a variety of small income generating activities successfully. Thus, the Grameen Bank has played a significant role in the improvement of the condition of the poor women in Bangladesh. Professor Muhammad Yunus, the founder of Grameen Bank and recipient of 2006 Nobel Prize for Peace, has stated about the need of granting loan to the poor on reasonable rates of interest as follows. If credit can be made available to the poor people on terms and conditions that are appropriate and reasonable, these millions of small people with their millions of small pursuits can add up to create the biggest development wonder. Next question. Describe the vital and positive role of credit with example. Answer. Credit plays a vital and positive role in the following ways. It helps people from all walks of life in setting up their business, increase their income, and provide support to their family needs. It makes it possible for the people to own or construct their own house and get relief from monthly rent. People often avail themselves of credit to purchase luxury items like vehicles, AC, etc., which further rises their standard of living. It enables us to invest in human resources. People take credit for education, training, etc., which allows enrichment of human resources. For example, Salim availed credit facility to meet the working capital needs of production. It helped him to meet the ongoing expenses of production, complete production on time, thereby increasing his income. Next question. How can the formal sector loan be made beneficial for poor farmers and workers? Suggest any 5 measures. Answer. The formal sector loans can be made beneficial to the poor farmer and workers in following ways. The process of providing loans should be made easier and accessible to them. Large number of banks and cooperatives should be opened in the rural areas. Banks and cooperatives should expand their facility of providing loans so as to decrease dependence on informal sector. A special focus should be paid on poor and small farmers along with small scale industries. Loan processing should be simple, faster, and timely. Next question. How do banks play an important role in the economy of India? Explain. Answer. Banks play an important role in developing the economy of India by taking the following steps. Banks keep money of the people in safe custody to be used by the depositors in future. Banks also increase the saving of the depositors by paying interest on the money deposited. Banks mediate between people who have surplus and those who need money. This is done through granting loans. People avail themselves of these loan facilities to increase production and income. Banks, being the formal source of credit, give loans at a very low rate of interest at flexible terms and conditions. Special provisions are made through banks for the upliftment of agriculture and industry, like waiving of loans of the farmers. इसी के साथ ही हमारा ये वीडियो कंप्लीट होता है. हमें कमेंट करके ज़रूर बताएं कि आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा. साथ ही हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें, जिससे आपके पास हमारे लेटेस्ट वीडियो के नोटिफिकेशन पहुंचते रहें. धन्यवाद.